Hello, welcome to Chapter 7, Part 1, Bootstrap Image Classes, brought to you by Ankpro Technologies. My name is Harish. In this session, we are going to learn what are the Bootstrap Image Classes, and right now let's understand them. Okay, keep in mind, Bootstrap Image Classes are used to style the image, and below the table shows you the list of available Bootstrap Image Classes. Okay, image responsive, image circle, image thumbnail, and image rounded, and we'll see the description of them when we code in Visual Studio. And we have the second part of image bootstrap image classes, and these image classes, they're used to position an image. In the sense, if you want to pull the image to the left, then we can use this pull left class, and to the right we have to use pull right. And if you want to make the image sit at the center of your web page, then we have to use the center block class. Okay, we'll learn the importance of all these classes when we code in Visual Studio. Right now, let me open Visual Studio, and here is my empty web project. To that, I've added a reference of Bootstrap as well as the image. Okay, right now let us understand each of the Bootstrap image class present there. Okay, first and foremost, it is okay the image responsive class. What do you mean by image responsive? To understand it very clearly, let me code in Visual Studio, and here is my image. Okay, before that, let me take a div. Let me add a class container to it. Okay, fine, and let me drag and drop the image present in this image folder. Okay, fine. Fine. Okay, now let me push this page to the browser, and let us see how it looks, and let us learn what are the importance of image classes. Okay, let it opens in the browser, and let us learn the image classes. We have four image classes: image responsive, image thumbnail, image circle, and image rounded, and we'll understand the importance of all of them when this page opens in the browser, and I'm waiting for that. Okay, let it open soon. Yeah, it's the build has succeeded and it's been pushed to the browser. Now you can observe this is the image what I'm getting on the browser. Now when I minimize this, okay, this is the large screen, this is the large screen. Now when I bring it to medium screen, okay, and extra small to the mobile device, you can observe the image is not completely visible. If I want to see it completely, I want to do multiple navigations and scrolls. Here I'm doing the horizontal scroll, you can observe, then only I can see the image. Okay, instead of this, how to make my image responsive, in the sense how to make the image visible completely in all the screen devices. Okay, how to do that? It's very simple. Now let me expand this, and let me come to my Visual Studio, and as I said earlier in the presentation, we have a class called image responsive, and by adding this image class to a image, it makes the image responsive. In the sense, it makes that image completely visible in all the devices respective of screens. Okay, and let me go and add this class, and let me see the output. Okay, this is my image, and let me add a class called image responsive. Okay, you can observe here, and let me go to my browser. Currently I have not refreshed the page, and let me show you again this image. This image, you can observe here, when I bring it to smaller screens, extra small screens, this image, it's getting like scroll bar at the bottom. Okay, if you want to see this image completely, I want to do the horizontal scrolls. But now what we have done is we have added um, image responsive class, such that using that class we can make our image responsive. In the sense, we can make our image completely visible in all the screens. Okay, now let me go to my browser, and let me press F5. In the sense that I'm refreshing it. Now let me minimize this. Okay, this is the larger screen, medium screen, and small screens, and extra small screen. You can observe the image is completely visible, and at the bottom we are not getting any horizontal scroll bars. Okay, in the sense, if I want to make my image completely visible in all the screens, okay, irrespective of getting the horizontal or the vertical scroll bars, then I have to use the image class image responsive. Okay, that's what about the image responsive class. And coming to the second one, we have image circle. What it does, it styles the image as circle. Okay, let us see that. And this is my image responsive class, and let me come here, and let me add image circle. Okay, let me see how it looks, and let me go back to my browser, and let me refresh it. Okay, this is what you're observing, like the image circle, it gave image like circle shape to our image, and that's what the image circle class does. Okay, and coming back to the presentation, we have something called image thumbnail. It styles the image as thumbnail. Okay, let us see how it works. Let me jump back to Visual Studio and let me remove this image circle and let me add image thumbnail class. Let me rush back to my browser and let me refresh it. You can observe here, okay, to understand it very clearly, I'll add break lines here such that it pushes down. Let me go back and refresh. You can observe, okay, when I add image thumbnail, it's giving me a light colored border at the to the image. You can observe here we have a border, light colored border, okay, and that's what the image thumbnail does. And coming back to presentation, we have another image class, that is image rounded. What it does, it styles the image with the rounded corners. Okay, let us see how it looks when I add image rounded. Let me remove this image thumbnail and let me add image rounded. Control S, and coming back to my browser, press F5. You can observe here, earlier we had like sharp edges. Currently my image is having like rounded corner edges, in the sense blunt edges. And how do I achieve it? I achieved it with the help of this image rounded class, and that's what the usage of using these classes. Basically these image classes, they use bootstrap image classes, they're used to style the image, and this is what we learned in this session. And coming to the second part of image bootstrap image classes, we have other three image classes which are used to position an image. Okay, and we'll understand each importance of each of them when we code in Visual Studio. And coming to the first, okay, position, like bootstrap image classes, what is this pull left? It will description is something like this: image will be pulled to the left and the text will then flow around the image. We'll understand this very clearly. Okay, coming back to you. Okay, and before that, let me add some content, some dummy content. Okay, some lorem ipsum. Let us take this lorem ipsum content paragraph. I want at least 10 paragraphs with the lorem content. And I think your puzzle like, what is this way of coding? This way of coding we call Zen coding, and we'll speak about this in some other sessions. Let me press enter tab. You can observe I told like I want 12 paragraphs with the lorem ipsum content, and it gave us. Okay, and now let me rush back to my browser and let me press F5. You can observe I'm getting a content here. Okay, let me set it to default size. You can observe I'm getting a content here. Okay, but this content, okay, next to image we have this much of space wasting. Now how to make use of that space? Okay, now what I'll do is let me come back here and let me use this pull left class. What it does, let us see. Okay, pull left, image will be pulled to the left and the text will then flow around the image. Okay, in the sense, if I use the pull left image, instead of text coming here, it will come immediate next to this image. And let's see that. Okay, and let me remove this. I'll add a class called pull left and let me rush back to my browser and press F5. You can observe the text which was lying below this image, it's staying immediate to that, in the sense next to that. And this is how we achieved by using the pull left class. Okay, what happens is the image will be pulled to the left. By default it was left, and the white space which was wasting, now we recovered it by adding the text to it. Okay, and that's what the pull left does. And coming to the pull right, the image will be pulled to the right and the text will be flowing around the image. And let us see that. And instead of pull left, let me add pull right. Control S, and coming back, let me refresh it. You can observe the image is shifting to right and the text is flowing around it. And the last class is center block. What it does, image will be centered. Fine. And now how to do that? Just remove this pull right and centered, center block. Now let me go and refresh. You can observe the image is at the center and the content is below that. Okay, this is how we learned how to position the image. In the sense, if you want to position image to the left, then we have to use pull left class. To the right, we have to use pull right class. And if you want image exactly in the center, then use the center block. This is what the bootstrap is going to give us. Okay, it gave us around like the 4 and 6 bootstrap image classes. The first 4. These 4 classes are used to style the image, and these 3 classes are extremely used to position the image. And that's what we learned in this session. I hope I've understood this Bootstrap image classes. And finally, we also saw the demo. And finally, um, I request you to subscribe to our YouTube channel Ang Pro Training, and we are also on Facebook. You can visit these URLs to like us, and we are also on Twitter. You can follow us, and for further references you can visit these websites, and we are on LinkedIn too. And last but not the least, please don't forget to give the feedback. Thank you. Have a great day.